Right now, I mean, it's all
Right.
nice and clear, no chain controls,
Yeah.
so that's some good news if you're trying to get up to the mountains,
Right.
but I'm assuming that's about to change.
If you want to get up there, you can go tonight. You can go most of the day tomorrow, but after about sunset tomorrow night, forget about it.
Different story.
Yeah, we'll add up the snow momentarily. It's the same part of the system that is going to send more moisture across the entire Bay Area tomorrow. Let's get into the details. We'll start here with the big picture perspective, and it's that atmospheric river sent towards us by the so-called bomb cyclone, which has lost its bomminess a bit over the past 24 hours, but it's still a powerful storm system. It's kind of reorganizing itself, so the atmospheric river that it is directed towards the northern half of the Bay Area and the north coast of California, it's still there, and it's going to be drifting a little bit farther to the south as we head through the next 24 hours, which means we're still going to be seeing the threat for too much rain in a short amount of time. The greatest flooding potential, this is the Weather Prediction Center's excessive rainfall outlook, and that purple area is just off to our north, essentially from Fort Bragg to Eureka. That's a high risk of excessive rainfall, which means a significant flooding threat. But of course, we've had flooding ongoing in parts of the North Bay. Flood warnings and flood advisories in effect there. Fortunately, no flash flood warnings at this point. Let's bring the national map down and talk about what things look like locally with a sense of the current radar perspective. We'll put some labels on the map so you can kind of get your geographic bearings. And the rain is largely concentrated over the North Bay once again. Everything has been falling along and north of I-80 for most of the day. This is gradually going to get nudged just a little bit farther to the north as we head through the rest of tonight, but it is still coming down from the coast to inland, and that's rolling under already saturated ground. Santa Rosa had its second wettest 48-hour stretch on record, and it is still raining. I think that record is going to fall because you're only about a quarter inch away from that record in downtown Santa Rosa. So let's take a look at how things are going to evolve as we head through tonight and tomorrow and even into the first half of the weekend as more of the Bay Area is going to get in on the action. So Futurecast, as we go through the rest of tonight, shows the shower activity getting nudged a little farther north. It's temporary, but take that break while it lasts in the North Bay, because after midnight and before the sun comes up tomorrow morning, that rain is going to start to move back in. There is going to be a little band of showers that works its way through San Francisco and Oakland right around rush hour, so be prepared for a longer than normal commute. But the main event with this next round of rain is going to be dropping from north to south across the Bay Area as we head from mid-morning in the North Bay to about midday. It begins making its way into San Francisco and Oakland, and then making more of a push across the Oakland Hills into interior portions of the East Bay and into the Santa Clara Valley as well. Finally, San Jose is going to add up a little bit of measurable rainfall, in fact, quite a bit of measurable rainfall. And then the showers are going to continue as we head through this time tomorrow evening. And while there's going to be a little break in the action, another round of showers, a little bit lighter, but still more rain under pretty wet ground, is going to head in before the sun comes up on Saturday. Then we get into more of an off and on shower pattern on Saturday. Not completely dry, but it's not going to be a washout for the first half of the weekend either. So adding up this next wave of moisture, including what's hitting the ground again in the North Bay this evening, we're talking about anywhere from about an inch to 2.5 inches of total rain, with the heftiest amounts where you'd expect, where the rain is falling at a good clip right now. But we pan the map farther to the north. This is why we're so concerned about that potential for significant flooding along the north coast. We're talking about 2 to 4 inches of additional rain, some places even more than that, over just the next 36 hours or so. The winds are going to pick up. Mentioned earlier that a wind advisory goes into effect at 10 o'clock tonight. The strongest winds are going to accompany the heaviest downpours tomorrow. So once that moves through, the winds die down. Not nearly as blustery out there as we head into the first half of the weekend. So we can be thankful for that. And again, focusing on the wintry aspect of this system, there is going to be more snow falling largely above about 5,000 to 5,500 feet. If you want to travel up there during the day tomorrow, that's your okay zone. Not much snow by sunset. But after that, we are talking about feet of snow adding up as we head through the weekend and into early next week. Travel is going to be either difficult or downright treacherous or impossible as we head into early next week. Let's take a look at the 7-day forecast, and we only have to show you one of them because it's temperature-wise, it's a similar story across the entire Bay Area throughout the 7-day outlook. So we're just looking at temperatures largely hovering in the 60s, a little journey down into the 50s next week once the forecast does dry out, which it will. After the last round of showers on Tuesday, a couple of dry days just in time for Thanksgiving travel Wednesday and for Turkey Day itself 1 week from today. Brian?
All right, thanks, Paul.